Buenos dias, Zamboanga. Welcome sa Kapihan na Zamboanga sa SM City Mindpro. Hatid sa inyo ng Philippine Information Agency, SM City Mindpro, Mindanao Communicators Network, Mindanao Cable Television at e-media. We are live via PIA Western Mindanao Facebook page and other government agencies' Facebook pages, One TV Philippines, Isa TV Channel 17, your only island TV channel, PCH Cable TV, and via cable televisions in Zamboanga City at MCTV and e-media. Happy Kapihan Wednesday po muli sa lahat ng ating manonood. Ang Kapihan na Zamboanga will discuss important topics that will help you make more informed decisions wherever you are. And today we are going to talk about legal adoption and foster care because we are going to celebrate nga yung ating Adoption Consciousness Week this coming month of June. So we have with us from the Regional Alternative Child Care Office, we have Ma'am Jaylene Sahipa, the OIC of the RACO or the Regional Alternative Child Care Office. And we also have Sir Simpson Ansula for Foster Care Focal naman po of RACO in Region 9. Welcome po sa ating program.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias también, ma'am.
We would like to welcome you. It's our first time to have you with here. Of course, si Sir Den, to have you as our guest. And like I mentioned po kanina, we are going to talk about legal adoption and foster care. So first of all, like I mentioned din, meron tayong Adoption Consciousness Week. When are we going to celebrate this and or to observe this, and why is this important po?
So, good day everyone. So, the purpose why we need to celebrate this Adoption and Alternative Child Care Week, purposely to continually advocate the provisions of the law, especially that we have this new law on the Republic Act 11642 or the Domestic Administrative Adoption. So in fact, we are in the second year celebration of this AACCW. So with this year, we have the theme Every Child Matters, a New Era in Adoption and Alternative Child Care. So this highlights the relevance and the rights of the child and giving them the opportunity for them to fulfill their potentials and their dreams to legal adoption.
So, when po ito kinakandak yung ating week of the celebration?
So we celebrate the AACCW every second week of June, pursuant to the new law, the Republic Act 11642.
And then, like you mentioned nga po, isa ito sa parang advocacy rin natin and to give awareness to all the people regarding, yun nga, yung ating adoption and foster care dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula. And not only here, but the entire Philippines is also observing this activity, ma'am.
Yes, actually, we are celebrating this nationwide, the RA 11642, the AACCW. Yes, but in fact, this coming June, we have this series of activity in preparation for the advocacy. We have the bike ride celebration. We have the G-Love, the Give Love, and the Get Love. And also, we have this pre-adoption forum as part of the advocacy in relation to this upcoming activity.
So, prepared na po yung ating mga activities for the celebration. Lined up na siya.
Yes, all activities for the upcoming celebration, naka-plot na po ito, naka-line up na. In fact, we will start the hanging of tarpaulin of the adoption this June 5, 2023. Yes.
So, of course, we would like to seek nga yung participation and to encourage everyone to join us no in the celebration, especially yung ating mga government agencies din who can join this observation and celebration.
We also have this consultative dialogue that invites partner agencies, stakeholders, and in fact, in the succeeding period, we have also the orientation to the LGU social workers about the new law, especially this is a new process. They have to know the process of legal adoption, in particular na this already transferred from judicial proceedings to administrative proceedings. So in fact, under the new law, especially the RA 11222, the National Authority for Child Care, formerly known as Inter-Country Adoption, actually it's a attached agency to the DSWD. Now by virtue of the new law, so the NACC as the National Authority for Child Care has the full jurisdiction in the matters of alternative child care, which means the issuance of the CDCLA, the legal adoption, the foster care, simulation, and the kinship will be now transferred to NACC. So including those cases withdrawn from court, so ikikater na din po siya ng DAA or the RA 11642. So in fact, one of the significant of the new law is that aside from the transition of the transfer of the judicial proceedings to domestic administrative proceedings, the one goal of this new law is to for simpler and less costly administrative adoption. So not necessarily to file petition in court, especially the relative adoption, adult adoption, step-parent adoption, including those non-relative adoption. So dadaan na po or magpa-file na po ng petition sa NECC through established RACO in Region 9.
Okay. So na kwento nyo po, no, napag-usapan na nga natin yung about the adoption process ngayon. So why do we need to know more about adoption? And what do we need to know talaga po, especially about domestic administrative adoption?
So aside from the fact that adoption, it allows couples, single applicants or petitioners who merit the qualification of the law and satisfy the requirements of the law for them to share their life with a child, okay, to enjoy the benefits, to share their unique parenthood, such as providing the child the love, care, understanding for them. In as such, these children who are born in a unique situation, they will be felt secured and have a permanent family through legal adoption.
Okay. So, of course, curious din po kami, ma'am. Thank you for that, no, for sharing that with us. Curious din kami, how's the status of the children who are ready for adoption na rin dito sa Zamboanga City or Zamboanga Peninsula or in Region 9? So far, how many children po are in our facilities?
So, in reception, I study Center for Children under the supervision of the DSWD Field Office 9. So we have functional, in fact, this operates a 24 hours residential care that accommodates 0 to 6 children, and it provides a social work intervention. So in Region 9, we have 41 children and not all eligible for adoption. In fact, there are numbers of children subject for reunification to the family or relatives of the children.
So 41, that's for the entire region na po.
That's number of children referred or admit in the center.
Which is in Zamboanga City
Yes.
right now. Okay, thank you, ma'am. And how do we make sure naman din, ma'am, yung ating welfare ng children, no, when they are adopted? Once they are adopted, paano po yung after monitoring? Do we have that? Minomonitor ba natin sila? Paano yung process natin?
So prior the placement of the child to the adoptive family, we have this or the applicants or petitioners must attend the pre-adoption forum. That's one of the prerequisite requirements in adopting, in adoption proceedings. So, in pre-adoption forum, doon po nila malalaman what are their motivations why they wanted to adopt a child. Then after that, attending the forum, they have to go counseling. So, si social worker po ngayon ay magbibigay ng counseling sa social work, sa applicants or the petitioners. Then after which, if they are pursued in adopting to, in proceeding or in on their application in adopting a child, so meron po tayong mga set of requirements na i-comply ng ating applicants or petitioners, and after which our social worker will conduct a home visitation, gather essential information from the applicants, petitioners, and immediate family, including neighbors. Yes. And in fact, they have also this set of requirements as one of the basis to determine of their character as an applicant or as a petitioner. So we also ensure, after which, if they comply the set requirements, dadaan naman po tayo ng personal appearance before the RCPC committee. The RCPC committee, under the new law, we have this social worker, a lawyer, pediatrician, psychologists, and NGO representative who are experts in child's welfare. So doon din po nakakaroon ng deliberation prior the approval of the applications. So if in the event na ma-place na po yung bata sa adoptive families, meron din po tayong monitoring for 6 months to ensure na si adoptee and the family are well adjusted with each other. Yes po.
So I think nabanggit nyo na, ma'am, no, na-share nyo na kung paano yung proper process ng adoption natin. Pero meron ba tayong mga cases talaga na hindi nasusunod yung process, the right process of adoption?
In fact, ma'am, we have this independent placement, which means there's no intervention from the government. Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon po ng direct placement. So in the event, in fact, this is one of our advocacy to really go with the process. In fact, despite of the good intent na to take care of the child, but we have this law. So the legal adoption will be guide, or the adoptee and the adoptive parents will be protected when they follow the legal process. If they have inquiries, how is the process in adopting a child, they can visit the nearest local social welfare and development office and the RACO 9, which is still nasa DSWD po kami.
How about during the pandemic, ma'am? Kumusta yung status ng ating facility and kumusta rin yung status ng ating adoption process? Meron ba tayong nakonduct pa rin? Nag-continue pa rin ba yung adoption process? At paano siya during the pandemic period?
Okay, during the pandemic period, we still able to process because that time the adoption is still with court. So after the administrative, we have to file the petition in court. So we have to wait for the court hearing. So during the time of pandemic, still nasa process of continuous monitoring pa rin po ng ating social worker on the welfare of the child and also the adoptive family.
Okay. So that's good to know, ma'am, no, na at least continuous pa rin yung services na binibigay natin. How about the facility, ma'am? Kumusta? Paano natin nasusustain or na-assure nga yung resources para sa ating mga children who are in the foster care or nasa center po natin?
So for the facility naman, as I have mentioned, all facilities in Region 9 are all operational with enough resources to provide the services for those children, especially in RSCC na ina-accommodate ng 0 to 6 years old. So we also have this monitoring. And aside from the RACO monitoring of the welfare of the children, the DSWD itself, meron din talaga pong monitoring on this to ensure na hindi po maantala or hindi po mabigyan yung serbisyo na karapat-dapat sa mga bata.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Of course, we have with us din si Sir Simpson to talk about yung foster care naman natin. And we are also curious, no, kung paano nga, why do we need to know about foster care? Ano yung, para saan ito? Saan natin ito nagagamit? Paano ito na-apply? And then, especially po sa office ninyo, paano po natin yung process din on foster care?
First of all, ma'am, I would like to thank you po for inviting us here sa Kapihan, no? And no, it is always a privilege to promote our program, especially sa part ko, which is the foster care program. It is actually a law that is our RA 10165. It is a plan temporary for children who are in need of special protection po. Those are abandoned, neglected, abused children na kailangan ng protection from the government. And yung foster care program po is providing license to foster families po who are capable of caring for children who are in need for temporary shelter. Temporary lang po ito, pero it means a lot to the children na kailangan ng rescue. Especially nung pandemic po, minsan naging stricto din yung mga centers because of the COVID and all. Yung families po is open and willing to accept children for emergency placement while waiting na ma-transition sila from these homes to the center. So may mga cases po tayo kasi kahit during pandemic, may mga foundling children, may mga in need of rescue, hindi po natitigil even may pandemic, may nangangailangan pa rin ng mga bata. So very, very crucial po ang protection not only for the child but also for the family. So we are licensing the family and we also provide foster placement authority to the family to care for the child. The law protects this family and at the same time, na monitor natin yung welfare ng child na pine-place out natin under foster care homes.
So how do you become a foster family po?
May judicious process po talaga yung pagiging foster family and kailangan po ng mga requirements like birth certificate, marriage contract if married, single parent, making sure that the home is safe for children, hindi yung hindi sila dapat emotionally stable sila as a family kasi yung child na nilalagay natin na sa foster homes galing na sa neglect, abuse, environment. Tapos we have to make sure na yung family is also safe for the child. So para hindi maging continuous yung trauma ng bata. So we are making sure that they are good homes who are willing to give love, care and affection because the government supports financially din. Hindi lang sila pinapabayaan So the social workers continually monitor these children being placed out under foster care homes.
So for those who are interested, they can of course consult naman sa inyo kung paano nga no to become a foster family.
Yes po. This June po, magkakaroon pa kami ng foster pre-adoption forum and foster care orientation. That is going to be the first step po of becoming a foster parent or adoptive family. So this will be on tentative schedule po namin is June 21 to 22. So hopefully na makapunta po kayo sa office namin para makapag-register online para makabigyan po kayo ng slot because we only have a very limited slots for that event po.
And that leads to the question nga po, who may avail the provisions of the law on foster care?
First of all, yung law po is na-create po ito for the protection of children. So yung children po talaga yung the best welfare and interest of the child. That's the reason why this law was created. So children who are in need of special protection, who are abandoned, neglected, and yung family po is a medium po of helping the child. I mean, like, they're the ones who we are partnering with them. Partnering with them in caring for these children. So, yung nagbe-benefit po ng law na to is yung mga bata talaga.
That's good to know po na meron talaga tayong programa, no? Yung gobyerno, meron talagang programa for the protection of our children in the society because alam din natin na isa rin yung mga kabataan, mga bata sa pinaka-importanteng parte no ng ating society. So, thank you no for sharing that with us. Na meron nga tayong mga ganitong programa para sa ating mga children. And like we're curious din po sir na sabi niyo po even during the pandemic, meron pa rin talagang mga cases na needed attention like yung foster care attention nga for the protection of the children. So, how many foster care case po do we have in Zamboanga City?
For Zamboanga City po, we only have like around 30 plus children placed out under foster care. And for the entire region po, we have 90 children placed out. Even during pandemic, we administer yung mga placement din po ng mga batang ito. Especially coming from different LGUs po. So, coming from far-flung areas. So, yun po, hindi po tayo tumitigil. Habang nakatigil during pandemic, tayo po is still serving and working out for the protection of these children.
Magkaiba po yung kanilang center from yung center rin na for adoption? Or nasa isang center lang po sila?
Yung children na pina-place out natin to foster families, sometimes coming from community and sometimes coming from center. So either or po. And the same center lang po, RSCC. Pero meron din po tayong BDSK in Polanco na nagpe-place out din ng children for foster care. Even Carmelite soon. So may mga centers talaga na open to place out for children. But for adoption po, yung RSCC po yung naka-register to place out children for adoption.
So, paano yung process po natin, sir, once they are in the foster care? Nababalik ba sila agad sa kanilang family? Or paano po yung assessment na ginagawa? At saan sila mapupunta just in case hindi pa ready nga na maibalik sila sa kanilang biological parent?
Most of our foster families po knows na pag ready na yung family, na for reunification yung bata, pinaghahanda na yung bata. But then, if hindi pa po ready and detrimental pa po para sa child kasi yung bata yung inuuna natin, we do not place them right away for reunification but continuous care for the family po. So, some of our cases reach like 6 months, 1 year, minsan 3 years. So, yung sa amin po, we are ensuring po if the child will be available also for adoption, those are permanent plans that we have for the child. So hindi lang siya yung the goal is to reunify only but also to seek other means of yung permanency plan for them to have families po talaga that will care for them. So yun po, yun talaga.
At dun din papasok na yung legal adoption just in case, no? Kung meron tayong mga children na nangangailangan na talaga ng permanent family for them. So, maganda po yung naging natin, yung discussion on that. Do you have any appeal po sa lahat ng mga parents natin or for those who are interested to become a foster family or foster parent?
To those nananawagan po talaga kami, no? Because ang dami pong bata na nangangailangan ng tulong ninyo. And yung requirements lang po, number one requirements dyan is to really have a big heart for children. Oo, yung hinihingi lang po namin is for you to be able to give love, care, and attention to these children. And kung kayo po yun, I hope na you will come to the office. And kung compassionate po kayo, and sa tingin nyo that this is a calling for you to care for children who are in need for special protection, those who are abandoned, neglected, welcome na welcome po kayo sa amin.
So hopefully nga meron tayong ma-encourage din na parent or family na who are willing to become a foster parent or foster family. How about naman po in adoption? Ano po yung process natin on that? If meron po tayong mga manonood ngayon who are interested in adopting a child, paano po yung process ngayon natin, yung right process po for legal adoption?
So, thank you for airing the provisions of the law. Now, for those, for our listeners and viewers who wish and who open their heart in adopting a child, if you wanted to know or about legal adoption, we really encourage to please visit nearest local social welfare and development office because they will guide you as how is the process. And then if it's not, we are also, the RACO 9 also located at General Vicente Alvarez Street, Zamboanga City. So, saan po yan? Nasa DSWD Field Office 9 pa rin po kami. So, actually, adoption is the last resort because it's a permanent plan. Ibig sabihin, permanently place the child to the adoptive family of which that child will enjoy the benefits of the law. They will enjoy as the legitimate child of the adoptive family. So for those families who already have their successful adoption journey. So the adoptive families we also encourage to share their stories so that others will inspire what is adoption all about. Yes.
Thank you very much po for sharing that with us. And hopefully nga po marami din tayong ma-encourage. Especially inaanyayahan po natin. Can we invite again everyone po to join you sa inyong mga activities for the upcoming Adoption Consciousness Week natin for the celebration in June?
So we're inviting everyone that on June 5 we have the hanging of tarps as our opening, and then we also have our the RACO in coordination with DSWD Field Office 9. We will also have this Adoption Alternative Child Care Week celebration. We have the handprint painting. We also have the singing competition in relation to the theme of this AECCW, and then we also have also the adoption help desk scheduled on June 13 and 14, and the consultative dialogue with stakeholders, and the pre-adoption forum, of which this is the prerequisite, as I have mentioned earlier, in adopting a child. So we also I will take the opportunity to thank the DSWD Field Office 9 through our with our regional director, Sir Ridwan Najimudin, for still in full support while nasa transition yung program until now po. So thank you very much.
Once again, maraming salamat po from the office of the Regional Alternative Child Care Office. We have Sir Simpson Ansula, the foster care focal po of RACO in Region 9. And of course, we have Ma'am Jaylene Sahipa, our OIC naman po of RACO Region 9. Maraming salamat po sa inyong time and for this opportunity. It is a pleasure po to have you para po ma-inform yung ating mga kababayan dito po sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Muli maraming salamat po, and of course, maraming salamat din sa ating mga manonood, and to the following sponsors. We have Blanka, Kallyntika, Estetika, Karimadon and Kamiseta, Penguin, and Arya's Coffee and Tea with their must-try new coffee po, ang Cafe Cubano, all available here at SM City Mindpro. Muli, ito si Mara Espinosa sa ngalan po ng Philippine Information Agency. Nagpapasalamat po kami. Muchísimas gracias.